If you travel around the country, we have world-class infrastructure, good connectivity, strategic location in ASEAN, and very attractive investment incentive packages, and very liberal policies on foreign equity participation. We have more than 8,000 companies from over 40 countries doing business in manufacturing and other services operation. The attractiveness of Malaysia's financial environment, the people, the skills, and the availability of skills, business environment have actually boosted Malaysia's ranking. World Bank report on doing business 2015, we are ranked 18 out of 189 economies. Malaysia recorded its best performance actually in 4 years, improving 3 notches to 12th position among 60 countries in the World Competitiveness Yearbook 2014 by the Institute of Management Development based in Lausanne, Switzerland. It rose by 56% in 2013. For the last 5 years, manufacturing has been the largest contributor to FDI inflow in Malaysia, which is actually 85% of the total FDI inflows, followed by the services sector with contribution of 15%. In Malaysia, a business may be conducted in at least three different models. Number one, by an individual operating as a sole proprietor, or by 2 or more, but not more than 20% in partnership, or by locally incorporated company, by a foreign registered company under the provision of Companies Act 1965. So as sole proprietorship and partnership in Malaysia must be registered with the Companies Commission of Malaysia under the Registration of Business Act 1956. Malaysia's IP protection laws are in conformance with international standards, and it will provide adequate protection to foreign investors. Actually, Malaysia has put in place a strong measures, a number of measures against IP protection infringement and privacy. We have also established the Intellectual Property Court to hear cases of infringements. Of course, being a very strong advocacy of IP protection, Malaysia is also a member of the World Intellectual Property Organization, or WIPO, and is signatory to major international IP treaties. A company, whether resident or non-resident, they are accessible on income accrued in or derived from Malaysia. So when the income is derived from sources outside Malaysia and remitted from or by a resident company, it is exempted from tax. So except in the case of banking and insurance business and sea and air transport undertakings. So a company is considered a resident in Malaysia if the control and management of its affairs are exercised in Malaysia. So effective from the year of assessment 2009, the corporate tax is at 25%, and income tax revenue actually contributed 50%, or 58%, or 127 billion ringgit of total revenue of Malaysia in 2013, whilst all revenue have made up 30.6%, or 67.6 billion ringgit of the total revenue for last year. We are going to introduce Goods and Services Tax, or GST, and with this introduction, we will reduce the government's dependence on income tax and oil revenue. GST will reduce bureaucracy, as in many other developed countries, and business would not need to apply for exemptions or refunds, as all the input incurred could be claimed as credit. Talking about incentive, we have both direct and indirect taxes or tax incentive. under our Promotion of Investment Act 1986, Income Tax Act, Custom Act, Sales Tax Act, Excise Act, and Free Zones Act. So all these acts cover investments in manufacturing, agriculture, tourism, including hotel, and approve services sector, as well as R&D, training, and environmental protection activities. The direct incentives grant partial or total relief from income tax payment for a specific period, while indirect tax incentives are in the form of exemptions from import duty, sales tax, and excise duty. Our major tax incentive for companies investing in manufacturing sector are what we call pioneer status and income tax allowance. So all this incentive eligibility is based on certain priorities and criteria, including value added, technology that they used, and also industrial linkages. So eligible activities and products are termed as promoted activities or promoted products. Malaysia is regarded as a tax-friendly country. We don't have many taxes like a number of developed countries in your region or in America. We only have corporate tax, personal income tax, of course, and very minimum other taxes such as GST and import duties. Malaysian tax only imposes only on the basic system, and does not include many types of contemporary taxes common in other countries. We don't have estate tax duties, accumulated earnings tax, and federal taxes. The personal income tax in Malaysia is one of the lowest, so it is now at 26%, and non-resident will have to pay the most at 27%. So the rate has been reduced from 28 at most previously, and Malaysia has also signed a double taxation agreement with other countries, including Spain, and this is to provide our investors with certainty and also guarantees in the area of taxation. Spain's investment in Malaysia are relatively small compared to other traditional major source of investment from Europe. Other countries like the UK, Germany, Netherlands, and France, and Switzerland, they are very much more active in Malaysia. Other than manufacturing, we have 18 other Spanish regional establishments located in Malaysia, this year only 2 manufacturing projects with Spanish investment. One is Melacor in the plastic industry. Actually, we have been to your country on a trade and investment mission to Madrid, led by our Minister of International Trade and Industry. And we have seen quite a number of Spanish companies that have expressed very strong interest to invest in Malaysia. And we look forward actually to welcome them and to have more investment from Spain, especially in new growth areas where Spain can contribute to our economy. From what I gathered, the impression is positive and is picking up in terms of popularity. For those companies that have already set up presence in Malaysia, they are looking at both actually the Malaysian market as well as the whole ASEAN. This call by Malaysia to your Spanish industries to make Malaysia as the hub for the ASEAN region. So we are seeing Spanish companies are leveraging on Malaysia's strategic location to enjoy the greater market accessibility to the ASEAN market that has a population of more than 620 million people, with a combined GDP of more than $2.3 trillion. Furthermore, Spanish presence in the services sector in Malaysia is also prospering. For example, the Spanish services brands that have presence in Malaysia include Desigual, M&G, Zara, Repsol and Roca. Well, for manufacturing, we are seeing them very active in metal, chemical, food and electronics industries. The services sector, Spanish companies are highly present in the education, consulting and financial services, food and beverages and catering, engineering services, as well as IT and its technological solutions. Spanish companies are now also showing interest in renewable energy, and transportation, and also in oil and gas. So this is a very healthy development, and we hope we will like to see more of Spanish enterprises to consider Malaysia as their hub for ASEAN market. With the better and recovery of the Spanish economy, I foresee that Spanish companies will be more aggressive in venturing into new overseas markets. From what I have seen during my interaction with them, all of them are looking for growth. And growth actually in ASEAN and East Asia. And ASEAN alone is already 600 million people. So I certainly would like to see more companies looking at Malaysia to cater for ASEAN market. ASEAN, as if many people doesn't know, is a vision to establish an integrated community as envisaged under the ASEAN Economic Community, or AEC. So this community will provide a single market and a production base and a competitive economic region with equitable development and a region that is engaged with the global economy. So under the AEC, there will be a free flow of goods, services, investment, capital, skilled labor, following the liberalization. My advice is the Spanish company should take this opportunity now to invest in Malaysia and be ahead of other competitors in tapping ASEAN market. MIDA is the principal investment promotion agency of Malaysia, and we are actually first point of contact for investors who wants to come to Malaysia. So the first step we should do is, to answer your question, is come to MIDA, and we will provide the advisory as well as project facilitation services to our investors with no fees charged. Again, I want to mention, to know more about what we do, please visit our www.mida.gov.my.